Yo guys, what is up? It is Teacher's Game 2 coming at you again with another video, and I am here to show you right now something that is really neat. The turret dinos of Ark. For those of you that are like, what are you talking about right now? You're about to learn something that's really helpful. So these dinos in front of me all have a turret mode, and these turret modes are super effective in their own way. Now some of you can probably instantaneously be like, oh yeah, I can see the wyvern's points of a turret mode. However, the other ones, not quite understanding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set them all in turret mode, and I'm going to test them to show you how they work. Now, the wyvern is probably the most obvious. It goes up in the air and launches its lightning bolt at people. So let me show you right now what a turret mode looks like on a wyvern. Basically what you do is you have to change the settings on it. Behavior, allow AI special attacks, do not enable wandering, do not any of those, enable turret mode. It's on passive. And what we're going to do is we're going to change it, instead of being on passive, aggressive. It's on turret mode, so what it's going to do, it's going to launch itself up just like this, find a target, and blast it. Now here's the cool thing about the AI. It has a lock-on technique. So basically what's going to happen is anything that's inside this thing's range, it's going to absolutely obliterate. Now as soon as you ride this thing, it's going to change the targeting range to high on this guy. As soon as you ride it, what's going to happen is it's going to get rid of turret mode. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you enable that turret mode. As you can see, it's gone after a Bronto. It's on turret mode, so you can put these guys up decently high. They'll fly for quite a long time too, and they'll just keep spinning circles trying to attack things. Now, obviously he wants that feel in his body, but not going to be able to get it. So there's the lightning wyvern. I don't use the fire wyvern because its range is not very far. One of the highest ranges there is this guy right here, the poison wyvern. I'm going to go ahead and put him on turret mode as well. Just same exact tactics. Enable turret mode. Behavior. Change that targeting range to high. And we're going to go ahead and change him on to aggressive. Make sure that turreting mode is on. And as you see, he'll launch himself up in the air and start launching his death juice stuff everywhere. Anytime someone gets close to him, he'll launch that thing at him. So putting these guys around corners or near the front of your base is super effective. You'll see right there. Boom. Check that out. So as you can see, these things are super effective. Turret mode is super dangerous. It's something that works really well, and these dragons will hover forever. There's nothing, I mean, they'll land when they need to, obviously, but they will stay in that turret mode unless you get rid of turret mode. Now the next thing, the rock elemental. A lot of people don't take advantage of this, which is really, really, really dumb. I'm just going to say it now. It's dumb. Basically, these guys have an awesome turret mode. I'm sure you've seen them throw their giant rocks. It's super dangerous. Enable the turret mode, behavior, targeting range is high, and we're going to go ahead and make them aggressive. What they'll do is they'll pick a rock out of the ground and crush things with it, like you just saw right there. A player gets one tapped by this, or at least launched. So if you're on like a cliff face or something like that, these things will absolutely rock people. No pun intended, or it was intended, I suppose. You can see the lightning wyvern. If you put it up a little bit higher, it increases their range because it's like a little bubble from their feet, if you can imagine it that way. So basically, the higher up you are, the more range they're going to have. Now, the chalicotherium. As you can see, this guy right here, I'm going to move him towards a tame, or at least something that he can attack. We'll use an Anki as an example. Perfect. These things throw their poop. I wish it was a joke. It's not a joke. It really is not. Enable the turret mode on him. Behavior. Targeting range is high. And aggressive. He'll see him. He's like, oop, poop rock. Enjoy it. And then he's going to pick up another one. As soon as this thing comes back into render range, or his attack range. Oh, there we go. I guess maybe he won't even pick it up. He'll just sit there. But as you can see, that turret mode holds him in place. So if something gets within their range, these things just attack them. Now, the chalicotherium aren't the best, but they do have a knockback, so they'll throw that rock at people, and they'll knock them off cliffs, and it does have a little bit of a poop effect to them, so that's an awesome thing. So there's the chalicotherium, both wyverns, the rock ellie, and then the two more obvious ones. One is much less useful. The other one, a little bit more useful. For those of you that have never used a velonasaur or never gone onto aberration, these things are worth their weight in gold. And I'll show you why. Basically, you can plop this thing down in any location, doesn't matter where. I'm going to plop them right here. enable their turret mode. And a lot of you already know about this, but still something super nice. Change their turreting range to high and then aggressive, and they'll just start roasting things. One, and then he will just continue to fire at everything nearby. This one's aggroed to him. He'll roast him. He'll pull on the Phiomia in a second probably, or he's trying to attack that body. Oh well. But you can see right away, super effective. They have almost the same damage of an actual turret, so that's super cool. Velonasaurs are super dangerous. And then once you level up their melee, really not something fun to play against. Now, inside of a base, one of the most underrated attack tames, the Dilo. These things actually are a real pain in the butt once you get inside somebody's base because their little attack goes through armor and does like acid burn damage to you. I'm going to go ahead and pull him nice and close to this parasaur over here so we can show you what that looks like. Come on, big guy. Boom, right here. And what you do, oh, not that, behavior, enable turret mode on him. We're going to go ahead and change his behavior again. It moved for some reason. We're going to put it on aggressive. And then as you can see, he will target literally everything in the range. Now we're going to change his attack range to high. This parasaur will hopefully show up in his attack range. We'll see. I don't know. It's got to be pretty close right here. He's aggroed to it, but he's not quite in his range. So, anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what it looks like here. I'm going to bring in maybe I'll just smack this parasaur, see if he'll run towards him. That should work, right? Why not? Boom. Come on, run towards him. There we go. So as you can see, the Dilo shoots that juice just like that. It's a really gross word, the juice. He shoots the juice, but he does. And as you can see, with all these turret dinos around, if you can mix and match them, they are really quite dangerous. Dilos inside of a base, when someone breaks in, if you have these things hidden around corners and stuff, hitting somebody with that to not only slow them down, but do that acid burn and partially blind them, it's like an X-plant. However, a little bit more dangerous because if you have some really high melees on these Dilos, that does a lot of damage, and there's a lot of acid burn to it, so it can be super dangerous, obviously. Now, as you can see, that right there, pretty cool little attack. Rock Elemental, that one taps, it just got so much damage to it. This is a 225, obviously, so it's got a little bit of extra stuff. You can pump these things melee up a lot, so it does a lot of that knockback effect. Combining a Rock Elemental and a Poison Wyvern is just an absolute trap because the Poison Wyvern will knock riders off, which is one of the big things, unless they have a gas mask on, which nobody ever wears. So you can just light people up. With the Poison Wyvern, you can literally just launch, you'll just set him like this, and he will continue to attack things, and it's really nice. So let's see if I can show you an example of this. Maybe I'll just like spawn in a few things in a minute. But anyways, Poison Wyvern knocks the rider off. Rock Elemental knocks him back and does a ton of damage. You've got a pretty dangerous force. Then add in the Lightning Wyvern, who does a ton of overall damage. If you're inside of something like Oil Cave, and I'll show you what that looks like right now, literally, kind of like a little bonus thing, what you can do is you can take these guys and you can put them inside Oil Cave, which is just an absolute joke of a cave to have to raid anyways. And what you do inside of that cave, put this guy right on the inside of it, just barely on the inside, and he will allow you to just roast people as they come in. So trikes can't really soak them. Put a couple of wyverns up in that cave on turret mode, and you got some dangerous attack force. Now, just to show you, it's going to take me a second to get over there. If you've never been to Oil Cave, remember these directions because this is where all the hardcore, really heavy tribes are going to be built. It's a massive cave. Yeah, it takes 6 times damage, but there's only one way in and one way out. Medium tames can get in there, but it's super easy to defend. Not hard at all. Now, another really cool thing about it, if you have, just imagine this. You've got a couple of rock elementals, regular turrets, plant species X, and wyverns as you enter that front door, you're not getting in. There's no way because you can barely fit a triceratops through there. And with all the extra damage that you're receiving from your dinos, turrets, everything, no one's going to attack you. It's not possible. I'm sure there's always a way. I say it's not possible, but there is always a way to attack somebody. And I'm sure somebody will figure it out. But still, it'll pretty much prevent all the basic raiders from attacking you, which is nice and really beneficial, obviously. So This is where Oil Cave is, if you've never been there. And the coord's on the map, just so you know. 48.4, 21.0. Really great location. And what you do is you go inside this little thing. You can't fit a wyvern in. You can fit a griffin in, however. And Quetz won't be able to fit in either. But you'll see the point behind it. And we're going to go ahead and put this guy on turret mode. Enable turret mode, behavior, allow special attacks. I'm going to get off his back because that will cause me to die. As you can see, these things are attacking me. I'm going to run around. I'm going to go ahead and enter in God mode so that way this thing doesn't kill me either. The lightning wyvern, who is on aggressive, should be attacking them. Don't know why he's not, but oh well. What you can do is you'll see what I mean by this oil cave in just a second right here. Where did I go? There we go. This way. So take that lightning wyvern, and you're going to place him inside the cave back in this corner of it. Oh, there he goes. He's starting to roast things in the sky. Lovely. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate your help, because these Daedons are only, trying to attack me. So maybe you could, I don't know, roast them instead? Please? Oh well, he doesn't care too much. Anyways, Oil Cave is right here, and as you can probably imagine, it gets really dark really quick, and then it opens back up right here. You could put a whole bunch of tames right in this little corner. I'm going to turn this game up so you can actually see. Oh, really? Game of 4. You can see inside this cave, huge area, put a bunch of tames right here. Nothing's getting past you. This Daedon would just get destroyed trying to get past. So hopefully this little video on tames and how to use them in their turret modes will help you out a little bit. And other than that, it looks like an RG just got destroyed right here. Sweet. Teacher's Game 2.